In the 1800s, the famous astronomer William Herschel began to study sunspots. To protect his eyes, he added special filters to his telescope. He pointed the telescope at the sun and was able to see sunspots very clearly. But after a few minutes, he ran into a problem. His telescope got too hot to use. Why was this happening? Was there a link between the temperature of his telescope and light? He decided to conduct some experiments to try to answer these questions. In one experiment, Herschel tried to find out which color in white light produced the most heat when it hit a surface. He used a prism to split white light into different colors. He put a thermometer in each line of colored light and measured the increase in temperature produced by each color. He discovered that red light produced the most heat. When he put a thermometer just outside the red end of the spectrum, here was no light was visible. But to his surprise, the thermometer got even hotter. He had discovered an invisible form of light energy. Herschel incorrectly thought that he had discovered heat rays. This invisible light was later called infrared. Were there other types of invisible light? The search was on. John Wilhelm Ritter, a German scientist, heard about Herschel's discovery. He decided to use light-sensitive chemical to search for other types of invisible light. He used the chemical to test for light at the violet end of the visible spectrum. He found another visible form of light and named it ultraviolet. Soon, the idea of a whole range or spectrum of radiation began to grow. Scientists realized that visible light made up only a tiny part of a much wider spectrum. The idea of a spectrum fit nearly with the emerging idea that light was a form of wave energy. Different colors and types of light belonged to the same spectrum. They simply had different wavelengths. Later, scientists discovered that the waves that made up the spectrum are electromagnetic waves.